What's up? My yes, one my dear. My yes, one my dear. Oh, my yes, one my dear. See the power, say, oh, like you. My young young is a lover. Happy end of the year, the war. Happy end of the get the young diver. Say you go and say, my young, my young one is a young. Yes, sir, put my to so just say, oh, like you. I trouble, I yes, I say. On the side, don't you know? I have way, oh, my dear, I'm try your boy. Why you pay your play? Have you on your play? Put like yourself, put like young when you, and say, oh, by now. You are standing in a glass, say, oh, my dear. You should just say, oh, you just say, oh, hey, my yourself, I'm like, what's you looking? I say, oh, like you. This is a special birthday song for that dog. Jawali Jonetta Wele. We say happy birthday to you. Enjoy your new age. The graduate daughter. Not forgetting Shannon Taylor for Chicken Air. We want to remember her late daughter, Yolo Jira Wagner Taylor. Rest well. Not forgetting Brother Tony Wele Patu. Yasina So in Taxi. Mother Teresa Playing So in Rhode Island. Yeah, we are traveling. Everyone's birthday, everyone listen. Happy other. I say, oh, God, you. I say, oh, what's I didn't know. I say, you. Oh, I do this, wow, God, you. Ante Orito So in Rhode Island. I said, my. Ante Helena, Poa, Rhode Island. Uncle Tommy So in Liberia. But you know, you let Uncle Stanley So. Yes, young. Says Angie in Rhode Island. Anita Zian, Minnesota. Apogitro, wow, like you. Jonetta, well, I did drop wow, or I see myself. When your person looking, when your person looking, when your person looking, when your person looking, you just say, oh, like you. No, I bleed Daniela. Not run on the way. You say, get it. I'm behind your draw. When I go. Alfonso So, I go. Many thanks to Mr. Alfonso So in the US. And now Alfonso Zian So, they could be up waking. I try to say, what's your go at your career? Congratulations to that Jawali Jonetta Wele. It is your birthday, eh? I just say, oh, God, you better more like you. A congress now, whenever. And when you are, not forgetting the cousins of the celebrant. Anita Zian in Minnesota. Director, Minnesota. Uncle Jared So, Rhode Island. And some important personality here, right? Not forgetting our late father, Johnny Zian So. Rest well, father. Man better So, rest well. Man Nessa So, listen, we are in a double celebration. Eh? Congratulations. It is your graduation and your birthday as well. We say happy birthday, congratulations. Our medical director. I want to say many thanks to all of the friends who attended the occasion. Dr. Jawali, extend our thanks and appreciation to you all. We call her Dr. Jawali Jonetta Wele. Kano, what's up? In Blabo, I know. My in Blabo. In my work, and in my yo, I found the soul. Why you again? Yes, if Papa looking where? Papa's looking where? If Papa's not looking, we are going to test it in the US. I'm going to be there. Celebration. I say, oh, glad you. My person looking at, my person looking at. You just say, oh, glad you. Do it in Blabo Joe, do it in Blabo Joe. Yanata Blabo Joe. Yanata way, Blabo Joe, Gladia. Yanata way, Blabo Joe, do it in Blabo Joe, in Blabo Joe. I got club, your move. Dato, Jawali, Jonathan, Welle. Mr. Alfonso Sianso say congratulations to you. Well done.
Good evening. So want to welcome our viewers and listeners across the globe. Thank you for sharing your evening here with us. I'm Alfonso Ziensot of the Liberia Public Radio and Lpr-Tv. We want to welcome you this beautiful Monday evening here. Thank you so much for joining us here. Of course, sitting in here for the Liberal Progressive is me, and I just want to announce that the Liberal Progressive is going to be off for a little while, but at some point in time, once he gets in Liberia and the internet, everything is okay after what he's gone for, he's been attended to, then of course you're going to see him here. But for a little while, I will try to fill in here the best possible I can as long time permits me. We know a lot of things ongoing at the same time, but in his absence, we'll try to do the best we can to fill in the gap. We want to welcome our viewers and listeners. Joyce, good to have you here. Good evening. How is your area? How is everything going there? Mr. J. Lawrence Doe Sr., good to have you. B square or B to the second power. Benedict, what's up? How are you today? How are you doing this beautiful evening? We say thank you so much for joining us here. As usual, I'm Alfonso Ziensot of the Liberia Public Radio. We really do appreciate all of you guys here. For those of you who are fans of the Liberal, I don't know how you're going to deal with it, but in the absence of the Liberal, most of its time, I will try as much as possible to make to fill in that, except Thursday is a very tough day for me. Normally, if you've been following this network, I'm not usually on Thursday because schedule doesn't permit, but I will try the best we can, and hopefully some of the other folks can step in, and the link is out there to all of the analysts, those who purpose or who wants to come on here. You should come on. This is what we signed up for. And this is Conversation with Samson. Let's take a quick commercial break, and I will be right back.
Hey you, it's time to pack your bags. The world is calling. From the skies above to every corner of the map, explore all 7 continents with journeys designed especially for Europe and Africa. Whether it's a cruise, an all-inclusive resort, a hotel, car rental, theme park getaway, or the perfect excursion, Ayana's Dream Escapes brings the world within reach. Adventures start here. Don't just dream, escape. Book now, visit our site, scan the QR code, or just call today.
Hello listeners, this is Mazola, the lover boy. I'd like to invite you to this exciting program. It is called Dancing for Jesus. It is intended to play beautiful inspirational music to help you turn your life to God. Join me on every Sunday from 12 noon to 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is our way of showing appreciation to God for the good things he has done for us and continue to do. Don't miss this opportunity. Join Mazola Gizi on every Sunday from 12 noon to 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the program Dancing for Jesus. Please be there because I will be here to rock it up for you. Do you want to share your events with the world? Why not contact us? We are Liberia Public Radio, LPR. We are the specialists in advertisements, commercials, radio and TV services. We have the professionals that can help you sell your products and provide live coverage of all events such as weddings, conventions, graduations, reunions, anniversaries, sports, birthdays, baby showers, religious activities, funerals, and many more. Take your phone right now and call any of the following numbers: 682-433-8802, 267-648-6089, 484-786-3337, or 916-533-2048. Our customer service representatives are waiting to take your calls and give you the needed assistance. It is LPR, the home of excellent media services and your friends in business.
That's where you have it right there. That's our guy, Manzola Gisi, is based in Philly, is the host of Dancing with Jesus. So I want to thank you so much for joining us here this evening. And whatever you are, Rescue 3, Rescue 4, whatever you are, we say good evening. Okay, a call from okay, Prisoner, good to have you here. Let us know anytime. We don't leave no one behind. We intend to have all of these conversations discuss to do a balance, fair balance, and in a very proportional factions that all sides, regardless of our own political disagreement, we have this conversation. It must be done in a civil context. It's our ultimate goal. Well, to want to welcome you. Like I said, I'm filling in for the Liberal Progressive Samson Brown tour. First of all, I want to say a big thank you for those of our followers, those of you what are true financial assistance, prayer, and just showing out here, as you know, the Liberal Progressive has not been easy. His son passed, but despite of that, we were always here. That's another sign of sort of keeping him motivated and to overcome what was going through. And I was with him during this weekend in California. Just got back to today. And he just took off literally like an hour ago on his way to our motherland, Republic of Liberia. The man will be going to tour time. He's going to be taking his son body home from Monrovia and will be laid to rest in tour time. And so let's keep in prayer with him, traveling mercy as he goes to, I lay his son to rest. It's a tough one, but he has to do it. And I'm quite sure that he will be okay. Our guy, things Zwedrut, he will keep them posted. They are already informed. They will be going there. Hopefully the network services do us good. We'll keep bringing those information, time of the funeral, the crew, Lpr team, our Southeastern Bureau Chief, Roland Wa, who's been doing an extraordinary job when it comes to bringing information, be it politics or whatever it is, community engagement, he always be there. So Roland will be there to join the Liberal Progressive in order for us to see how the process is going to be going to the virtual aspect. And so the Liberal left this evening to Brussels. He's currently in the air. Just before he took off, he could talk. And we had a chat. And, so he's off. But as time goes by, after the burial, he will be going to studio in Monrovia, and don't be surprised. You're going to see it. But the good thing about A here, I like to see him around because I like to poach him. I like to make him to explain, to go beyond explaining and finding all of the excuses that he can find. And then the Clarence Davis and the likes of others, I come here and I defend the indefensible. Not that we are against the government. We'll never be against government, but when you are in charge, all we want you to do is lead, take the responsibility. When it goes wrong, it is on your watch. Whether you are there, whether you are involved directly or indirectly, take the lead. And then we want to have that conversation. So the Tabata here will be at the lowest level here. Even though the surrogate then will come here, they will try to fill in the gap. The Clarence dividend will call here, but he got a long way. We got a Liberal going for a month, 1 month. So you got a lot to do. All right, but feel free, call here. We'll give you the option. We'll give you the ability to explain to yourself. But you have the political revenue here. They will do it. You have the failed progressive, Dr. Toto, all of them, they're all here. They're going to try to fill in the gap, but we'll see why it is. All we want to do is to have these sort of conversation. But on a serious note, we want to thank all of you guys so much. For those of you who, I pray within, I gave your contributions, whatever you can. We really do appreciate that from this network, and not just only him. Technically, I was to really go with him. That was my goal. That didn't happen, so I just ended up going there to have some time with him to see how it works, and that was fine. The Liberal is a very, very decent, he's a very good guy. Only his tabata sometimes get on people's nerves, but the Liberal, when it comes to, he's family oriented. When he knows you, he knows you. When he ready to do things, he doesn't look back. He's a very good guy. Koto, good evening. Oh, Koto, you want to come to play with me? Yeah. Anyway, good evening. The link is out there if you have the time, or if you're still taking time off enjoying the beautiful Moye, that is okay. Very understandable. That comes first than any other thing. But if you have the time, if they can grant you the permission, maybe we need to reach out so that we grant us permission to things that you love doing, to keep doing it here. But I want to thank all of you so much for coming in, to all of the analysts. I believe I've thrown the link out there. Those who want to come in, fine. But we want to fill in for the Liberals. And there are a few things here we want to talk about. Is the education. Is urban Liberia being left out of the education systems in Liberia? How much? And many other things. And how is this demolitions exercise? Could it be a backfire in the long term politically to GOL, or are they being very, very strategic? We're going to have all of this conversation here. Musa Belated of CMC recent visit is still in the southeastern side. He was in Grand Juliet during the weekend. Our guy did an extensive coverage. What is he up for? These and many more will be part of the conversation. Of course, you are at liberty when you call in to also make a point and express and see yourself and talk what you think that is fit for your country that you want to express. I will be right back right after this commercial commitment, and we'll get the program on the way.
Hey you, it's time to pack your bags. The world is calling. From the skies above to every corner of the map, explore all 7 continents with journeys designed especially for Europe and Africa. Whether it's a cruise, an all-inclusive resort, a hotel, car rental, theme park getaway, or the perfect excursion, Ayana's Dream Escapes brings the world within reach. Adventures start here. Don't just dream, escape. Book now, visit our site, scan the QR code, or just call today.
Good evening, good evening. I'm Alfonso Z and Sort of the Liberia Public Radio and Lpr-Tv sitting in here for the Liberal Progressive this Monday evening here. The Liberal is on his way to the motherland, to the Republic of Liberia. And so our prayers and thoughts, we want to welcome our viewers and listeners across the globe, wherever you are. Just hit the share button and invite someone at your company. If this is the first time, we say you are wholeheartedly welcome. This is LPR. No one, no voice is left behind. Every voice, it doesn't matter what you say, whether you agree with or you don't agree with or you are accommodated. You have a space here for us to dialogue. Going, good to have you here. Howard, Tote, welcome. Harrison, welcome. Good evening. Hope you all guys are doing great. And by the way, if you are here in the USA, you are in Liberia, whatever you are, and you have an event, an memorable event for that. This is how for us we do our I will say we like to provide some services to you, and in turn, don't just give a free money, because there's nothing free, you know. It can be a birthday, it can be a memorable, it can be a wedding, let us know, no matter where you are, we are reachable. Just let us know. If there's no way, somehow, some kind of way we'll figure out, and then we can find a way and bring you live coverage. You need to preserve some memorable events, no matter the nature of it. And that's exactly what we do. And we are good doing it. We are good doing it. And that's what we do here. So if you have a business, you want to advertise it, let us know. We can do that. And that way you can get us, you can give something in return. So welcome, Mr. Victor G. Good to have you here. Okay. My attention will be drawn to something else here this evening. So long we talk politics, and of course, everything of our life, our daily who is being politically managed by the politicians, because they are the policy maker, they are the decision maker, and they're the one to direct literally our movement. My attention was drawn to something that I saw yesterday, and that is it's not strange things been happening over and over, but what are we doing as a people besides government initiative? We as a citizens, our own share responsibility. What do we do? How do we see it, or should we leave it? And it is quite true. It is the responsibility of government to provide the services its citizen needs, especially when it comes to education, when it comes to health, development on the skill of national development, making things to be what it should be like. But how this education process really been handled in the past, in the present, and how will it be handled in the future? If we strongly believe that we want our society to be equipped to have to compete, to have qualified, competent people, are we also, out of seriousness, out of our own conscience, are we also making the required investment in terms of giving adequate preparations to the institutions, the schools, the teachers, and even the student providing the learning atmosphere? I'm not sure we all must be guilty, and we all must be responsible in terms of our own contributions, even if national government is not filling in. We as a citizen, are we doing anything in that regard? I am not sure, but there's someone who took the lead. I saw that video today just before I could return. I said, no, I want to do everything possible to reach out to this person here. Reach out to her. We had a conversation, and she will be appearing here. I think these are people who must also give spotlight. Not just only these senators, these representative directors, or other people just come and just put everything all in one basket and the thing is okay. There are ordinary Liberians who are making meaningful contributions despite of the limited resources, and even out of their own will, they make some intervention. And this guy, the reporter that did this clip here, is credit to Moses G-Plate, I believe. Hopefully I'm calling the right name. That's a very excellent reporting of a classroom teacher who saw the need, even though I believe, and I'm going to be talking to her here this week. We have agreed to have a conversation as to how she came up to this point these conclusions and why. Even though they are senators from that county, representatives from that county, the districts, other government officials, but sometimes it takes one person to change the wheel and change the narrative. And I strongly believe that was the case of this woman, Lucia Gopher. Well, let's listen to it and let's see whether these conditions are honest, and look at our leaders, people that we elect, the senators, the representatives, the government, the official, and even the Ministry of Education. So this kind of brings me to the point is urban to Liberia educational process being left by the wayside and the people are fighting on their own. Well, a classroom teacher who saw the need that she should make an intervention, that's part of that. Let's watch this and then later on you can call in and we can have a conversation. Just bear with me, courtesy of G-Plate, William G-Plate, the commentator who produced this clip. Yes, let's watch and see.
In Maryland County, poverty continues to shape the learning experience of many public school students. Across rural communities, children attend classes without proper uniforms, shoes, or basic learning materials, conditions that education officials say affect attendance and performance of the kids.
When she passed here, some of the students did not have uniform to wear, and some of them did not have footwear.
On Thursday, one public school teacher took a personal step to respond. Lucia Gopher, a classroom teacher at the Harper Demonstration School, donated some school supplies to students of the Boyabli Elementary School located outside Harper Main City. The items include a pair of black shoes, copybooks, pencils, socks, and sets of uniforms. As a classroom teacher, Lucia says she sees how these things affect children's learning.
Our little giveaway items at the Boyabli public schools. Sometimes we visited the schools and we noticed that some students were not unified, and then when we interviewed the teachers and the principal, they said the parents they are not able to afford uniform. And then in that same light, the teachers too cannot ask the student out because of uniform, and we understand that they might feel a little bit excluded from the lesson. They might feel different, not being unified because they are kids. And so in response to that, we decided to purchase a few set of uniform shoes, in order to make them to focus on learning, because
public school teachers in Liberia are among the lowest paid professionals, often struggling with delayed salaries and limited resources. Despite this, Lucia Gopher says the condition of the students pushed her to act.
It is like they should be learning. They are not to provide basic needs, and they don't need to have something that will distract them from learning. So that's how we got here this morning, and we are doing our little giveaway. It's just something that we doing as a result of our own experience with the public school students. Yes, because I'm son at public schools, and that's where most of the less privileged children go for education, who parents cannot afford. And knowing that it's a government schools, those who don't have money send their children there. Every little way that we can, every little way that we can help, we will be doing that, and we have been doing it. And today we just thought it was to inform the CEO so that he can be in a know to know our little services that we are.
Both Joe Wright, principal of Boyabli Elementary School, and Matorin Baker, PTA representative, thank Lucia for the donation.
We want to extend our appreciation to her for intervention. We hope that whatever she brings, it won't be the end. Then we'll all work together to see how best to improve the school system.
Maryland County Education Officer Larry Nimlin was at the presentation ceremony. He said these words.
It is very wise to do that intervention in terms of supplying school uniforms, few pieces, and shoes and other school materials to support the efforts of the parents in ensuring that students are encouraged to come to school. It is one of the main exercises in which we are here.
As education challenges persist in Maryland County, this art highlights the growing role individuals are playing in keeping children in school. For Lucio Gopher, it is not charity, but responsibility. This is Moses Jipley reporting from outside Harper on the main campus of Boyabli Elementary School.
Moses, I would try to also connect with him. It's touching. It's touching to see what is happening. When I saw that, when I watched this clip and I saw her name, I decided to go on a social media to reach out to her. And I managed to get connected with Lucia Goffert, the lady you saw there who made those donations from the school. Boya Bleed, I believe, elementary school is in Maryland. And we had a brief conversation today, so she has agreed to appear on LPR here. I want to be bringing her here. So this bringing me to the point here, should we kind of launch something here? Many of us, our kids here, we get those wardrobes, closets, and whatever you think, all filled with footwear and people not doing. If you look at this here, let me just see here and pause the volume here. Let me just pause the volume. If you look at here, look at this building. Look at this building here. Look at this building. That's a school. That's what we have to deal with now. And people, okay, let me see. Let's watch here and see. Look here, that's a classroom there. The children, the people, you can see the rear mud, the raw ground is sitting there. And this lady, the story, she's going to tell her narrative here. Because I saw, is she teaching at school? And she said, no, she's just based in Harper. But she just went around there and saw the conditions of the students, people barefoot. Look what children wearing there. And out of her own will, she bought these things and carried to make a donation to the school for these children. Let me bring in the Reverend here, who tell us that we should be praying. People not get nothing to wear, you say you must pray. How would that happen? Even you pray, the prayer has to be perfected into action. Something must be done. Somebody must be touched. But look at the school. This is the 21st century, for God's sake. So how will we say our country will want it to be? We want people to learn. We want people to do this. So the education authority, this is Maryland. This place, Boya here. But I managed to get in touch with Lucia, and she's willing to appear on LPR. And I think this is what we're supposed to be doing. We should give spotlight to people, not just on the politician, not just on the senator, but for somebody who making such a prompt interventions, perhaps with her own the last resources, but decided to touch life. CM political analyst Terry Collins is based in Minneapolis, Minnesota, aka Rescue Strong Supporter, is here. Mr. Collins, good evening. You are muted.
Yeah, good evening, Mr. So, and to all the audience out there, good evening. Happy Monday to everybody.
Thank you so much. And I cannot overemphasize, Mr. Collins, thank you for all what you do. Coming here is a headache. It's not easy. It's like a work. You're supposed to be doing your 2 hour, but we come here every day, 2 hours, more than 2 hours. I abandoned other obligations to be here, but that's another that's another way of giving back. The good thing is, and for a while, I will be sitting in for the liberal. Me bad man laugh. So I think Clarence, that now you need a rescue jacket and rescue vest, because I don't know who you're gonna call, unless you gotta call the man from Total. But again, the liberal say I should extend his appreciation to all of you guys. He left today. He's currently in the air heading for Liberia. But I soon things quiet down. By my understanding, he will be joining the guys from studio to be bringing some programs or that we want to be having a conversation. But he really, really do appreciate everybody prayer support, financial support, and everything. But he will be away for a month. I will try the best I can. And you guys who willing to fill in, that is okay as well. So it's not easy. But good to have you here, man.
Yeah, Mr. So, how are you? Yeah, the labor I know is where he can't be on the show at a bunny hat.
No, I mean,
But yeah, we're here.
Yeah, no, but Terry, I think you saw the message here. I think I'm sure you're one of the person of news freak like myself. I saw this video. I decided to reach out to the lady, and I sent her message. She responded, and I would talk and all on the phone. And I hope to talk to her because her interventions I see is profound. You know, and sometimes you wonder. We look at our budget, so I'm kind of like thinking, and it's not of only today. From time to time, schools even there are schools within the capital itself, surrounding the capital, almost the same thing. Not to think about schools there are. So, how is this educational program? And we hope to reach out to the Ministry of Education because they do have a shared responsibility. People building these schools, how are they building it? What is the ministry aware, or they just they're filling in gap? I don't understand. But you had a chance to watch that video?
Well, I was just seeing what you were trying to do. Yeah, I watched a little bit. I saw the dilapidated structure.
But you know what? Let me not leave you with limited information in order for us to discuss it good. I'm going to put it back on and we all both going to watch it and then we can have a conversation. Let's roll it out.
Classes without proper uniforms, shoes, or basic learning materials, conditions that education officials say affect attendance and performance of the kids.
When she passed here, some of the students did not have uniform to wear. Okay. And some of them did not have footwear.
On Thursday, one public school teacher took a personal step to respond. Lucio Gofa, a classroom teacher at the Harper Demonstration School, donated some school supplies to students of the Boyabli Elementary School located outside Harper Main City. The items include pair of black shoes, copybooks, pencils, socks, and sets of uniforms. As a classroom teacher, Lucia says she sees how these things affect children's learning.
We our little giveaway items at the Boy B public schools. Sometimes we visited the schools and we noticed that some students were not unified, and then when we interviewed the teachers and the principal, they said the parents they are not able to afford uniform. And then in that same light, the teachers too cannot ask the student out because of uniform. And we understand that they might feel a little bit excluded from the lesson. They might feel, different, not being unified because they are kids. And so in response to that, we decided to purchase a few set of uniform shoes, in order to make them to focus on learning because
Public school teachers in Liberia are among the lowest paid professionals, often struggling with delayed salaries and limited resources. Despite this, Lucio Gofa says the condition of the students pushed her to act.
It is like they should be learning. They are not to provide basic needs, and they don't need to have something that will distract them from learning. So that's how we got here this morning, and we are doing our little giveaway. It's just something that we doing as a result of our own experience with the public school students. Yes, because I'm a son at public schools, and that's where most of the less privileged children go for education, who parents cannot afford. And knowing that it's a government school, those who don't have money send their children.
Are you hearing me, Terry?
Yeah.
Yeah. Look. Is that an office there, teacher area? Wow.
It's sad, but it's funny too.
I don't know what kind of country we have.
Country.
This is. I mean, yeah. So here we are, a public school teacher You check maybe the little after 5 months, 6 months, salary came, or maybe went around and sacrificed to make such an intervention. But yet we have senators, representatives who making
Thousands of dollars.
crazy money, loose money, no proper accountability. I understand they give them what constituent money, right? They get some kind of money allotted to constituents, whatever constituency,
Yeah,
whatever
constituency.
say or whatever money.
They got money sir for gas, money for generator and all.
Other, but that's a public school there. Public school, more or less, even around Morovia, in the capital, they are the least treated institution without anything, and these guys have their own children going to private school. This one, I had to talk, Terry.
But the parents too are also should be responsible too in all of this. You can't blame everything on the government, and even though the government should take responsibility, a public school not supposed to look like that. Mud break. How can a child learn under that kind of condition? You know, it's very, very doubtful. I say this is some of the things the journalists are supposed to be doing.
Yeah,
They're not focused on it.
It's a government school. That public school is a government school. I want to believe 100%. But I'm going to have her here.
Yeah, that what she keeps saying. That what the journalists keep saying. Yeah, and you know.
You said we should blame the parents, Terry?
No, yeah, the parents too have to take responsibility too. In a sense, you have to provide. The parents have to be able to provide the students their shoes and other things. In as much as that place there is a government school, but I think a government not even supposed to have that kind of thing as a school. But equally so, the parents who need to be accountable. How can you send your child to school or shoe? How can you do that? I agree the government should be held responsible because under no condition a child supposed to be learning under that kind of condition.
Just in your words, government should not allow such a school. Do you think if they didn't have that school, you think the parent would send their children there?
I don't think so. I don't think that's what I'm saying. So they both need to be blamed, the parents and the government, because that place does not resemble a school. That does not look like a school, you know. And as a parent,
yeah, no, go ahead. You say the place not look good, and that's it. Yeah, right.
Yes. So look at that place there. Is this where you will want to send your child to learn? Can your child learn in a kind of environment? As number one, as a parent, no shoe, no uniform. Look at the children. What kind of learning you can learn in a kind of environment? You know, and you know, and all of that. No shoe, nothing. Or teachers providing shoe for another child that is belonging to a whole family. So I don't understand that. But again, this is what it is. And why would the government this is not the only thing, this is not the only place that look like that.
Oh
There are a
my
lot of
God!
places
Can you
that
guys
look
hear
like
me?
that.
Oh yeah. Huh?
There's a lot of places.
Go on and
Yeah,
come back.
yeah. There are a lot of places that look like that in Liberia. A lot of places. And if you go to the health side part, you will cry. But they don't focus on that. Every one of them build their concept around politics. Oh, it's either about Joria or about Joseph Bogat, it's either about 2029 or about the other lawmaker, because that is where they get their money from. That how they surviving. But if you really want to discuss things outside of politics, like the school system, the health system, you will find out that our country is in serious problem. Real problem. That country going through real problem. While meanwhile, only few people benefiting from the budget, from the whole country natural resources.
Who are those people?
So the three branches of government, the hierarchies in the three branches of government, they don't want benefiting from the country money.
Why you
The
want to
hierarchies
why you want
in
to
the
blame,
three branches of government.
why you want to blame journalists?
I'm not blaming journalists. What
Who
I'm
is,
saying,
who is
I'm
reporting
not,
this? Who is reporting this conversation or
the,
discussion
the,
at this time?
the journalist is the fourth estate.
Mhm.
So they are also blamed for everything that goes on in the country because they're supposed to highlight it. Like right now, why
So
are we discussing this?
he highlighting it, and that's all.
But how often do you see this? How often?
It's been done. It's been done, Reverend.
This
How often do we see this?
We see it.
How
this
many? How many? Think about this is 5 million people you're dealing with now.
Hello? Can
How
you guys hear
often
me?
do you see
I don't know why you need that. Maybe that your audio system. We hearing you.
the
Oh,
last
okay, good.
time?
I can hear you too. Thank you.
The last time we saw this, it was on Spoon TV, where somebody went with someone in one they play, I think in Bon County, and the guy exposed the school. And that was immediately addressed by the government because it drew attention. That's that I took that is about 2 years ago or 1 year and a half ago. So, Mr. Sigwig, please, you will talk on your when the time can you will speak. Yeah, give me a chance.
No, I'm talking to somebody.
Okay. So I've never seen that. I've not seen this being discussed anywhere until now. So my thing is, Mr. So, this is a serious problem in the country. This situation is a serious problem. So yeah.
All right. At least a reporter took the bull by the horn. You know, it's a very popular relations, and going after news is a very expensive thing. And let me just tell you, and this is one of the reasons. And people think people can make a sacrifice, but there can be a limitation. Like this going weekend, our guy in Zwedu covered the CMC. CMC reporter. The problem is our people, they are very mean. They're very mean. And and that's why I told one of their leaders, they're very mean and they just think only money good for them. If you watch, if you had, I don't know what I saw before I bring in Moses, CMC visit to the southeastern side, right? After the guy, the children, they get passion for the job as well. But people, you don't take advantage of people or poverty, and that's what they do. So I reached out to Toby, who was a public affairs communication person. Hey, this is the situation. He said, oh, okay, yeah, the guy reached out, blah, blah, blah. Send me even the information that they are included. And I let that board did an extent from the day he enters to the day they were wrapping up, did an extensive coverage. I have to even send there to keep me up. And out of 5, I think 5, whatever, Babati people, other group of people, something, they give them $150.
Wow.
Break. For 5, 6 media institutions to cover you almost 3 days, and you give them $150? I told you,
That's why
I said, put a man. He said, Chi, can I go with a man to River G? I said, no. Then I mean voting to be president. That's complete nonsense. It's an insult. You want to take him to River G and you say you don't have money, then go and do what you want to do.
Right.
Let the man go, there's something happening. This is how these people behave. They're so mean. They just can't, not that they don't have the money, they are first allocated. Camping to camping is not an easy thing. They are funds allocated. Even all what you see happening in government, these people request for money, and they think they're going to make fool out of somebody and just go and do their daily way and get in there at the end of the day when we become what you right now you can't even do anything that when you get out we'll see you. I told you, I said no, don't go, because that's how they behave. They only get closer to you when they get it. That's it. And I'm not going to be there. But Moses, let me just so there is also, it's not like this area here where people can, even when you ask for a fundraiser here or you ask to give here, how many people give? Because of this, all of the politicians, they have their own network. In fact, the very first thing is that, we have our own media team. So I said, so is your media team going to be an independent source to travel with you? Yes, it's good to have your own public relation. So you as a or media person. You can't get to other media outlets. I mean, it's just so sad. But, so it's costly to do these things. It's costly because you can't just send somebody child, you tell them to leave in Monrovia, they get their own family there. And you say, yeah, go because you just want to bring news. To get news is a very costly thing. It comes with there's a serious cost, but the people they don't want to do that. But you don't just dump it on the people. Then somebody put it, get it on. Moses, good evening, welcome.
Oh, thank you, CEO. Appreciate that. And thanks for taking the time to see the Libra off. And hopefully he will get there safely and connect with him again. But, we want to lift our hat out to you for reaching out, for doing the things you continue to do.
So they are reaching out, how God bless you. I mean, don't talk them. So what the end of the story? Where LeBron say, are you ending the whole story now?
The story is I'm commending you for your effort. Listen, these things here in the long run, it means a lot to people.
Yeah.
The little things that you do means a lot to people.
Yeah. So, and like Terry, you're quite correct. We'll try to. I think this is one of the things that we'll try to highlight. A lot of ills in society. There are things that we should focus on. But we have a divided society as well. But I think the health and the education system, many other places, I think these things needs to be exposed.
Absolutely.
The ability of government, national government to take care of our responsibility too. That's a shame. These people get this money. All of these county districts, education officer. I called once, somebody said it means you ask them, say how many schools. They can't even tell you how many schools. They can't even tell you. They can't catalog any information to tell you. Say these are number of schools we have in this building. Nothing.
Mr. So, I hate to interrupt you, but let me just say my piece on this education thing. It is we're approaching 20 years. We just approached 20 years of post-war. You would think that education would have been a strict priority, knowing that during the time of anarchy, during the war, there's at least a huge population of people in our country today who never went to school. However, growing up, we saw people who did not go to school. One of the first things they did was to make sure their kids went to school. And some of these market women send their kids to private schools. But let me draw your attention to us growing up. When we were growing up, the public school system in Liberia was very strong and structured. Toba came and he expanded it. First MCSS came out. You had Newport Street Junior High. You had Walker Junior High. You had Walker 1, Walker 2. You had Boatswain. You had Jamaica Road School. You had Charlotte Toba. These were all public institutions. Where are they today? Today I watched something with, what's his name? With Tewan Gonglo. He went on the street to an old building that they were using for something. He said he was challenging the government. He said he was suggesting to the present administration to change that school because there's only people are squatting in the building, and it's a government building structure. It could hold thousands and thousands of students in there. He was challenging the government or requesting that the government pay attention and transform that into another public high school. With the exception of Tottenham High, I don't know what other high schools they have now. Basseterre, Boatswain, Judea Gibson, those were all junior high schools. We have few high schools, and those were some of the names I called. Now, all of those things dissipated. They were gone during the war. Today, my own assessment in 2013, when I got there first, I saw that there were more private schools, and people built private schools because they saw it as a form of income and survival. I'm not sure what the system was that is set for that, but there's more private schools than public schools. And just about a few months ago, Kwame Weeks did a thing in what is the name? Pambara town, in somewhere behind Kakata in Bum County there, where they said those people had said they just had classes, and he walked in there. They played look like mud, only mud houses, mud thing built, and he said that was a school. If you look at Kwame Weeks thing, you will see it there. It was just mind-boggling for me. That was about 5-6 months ago that I saw that. So the Reverend is right. The only thing I don't agree, the only thing I want to say about what the Reverend said, he said parents need to be responsible. Share the responsibility. If the parents don't even have to eat, how are they going to give their kids school or shoes to go to school and get them prepared? Believe me, when I was there recently, the parents tried to help.
I showing her, oh, Terry, all right. I was just stretching my eyes.
No, I didn't say he was right about the school, about the parents. I'm only saying that he was right about the condition of the school. But with that, I don't agree with him. That the parents should be held responsible, the media should be held responsible. They should publicize these things. The government that is elected by the people has a responsibility to set up an educational system that will be productive. For us, every support you give to education is a support that will translate into national support. Because the education that these young people will receive will enable them to think better, to do critical thinking, and to be able to advance whatever they want to do in the country. That's what's important. And I think you asked yourself the question when you were on by yourself and said, we need to see how we can support that lady. Obviously, I'm on board.
Yeah,
if we can do some things to collect some stuff and send it to people, that's fine. But let me just say that there are people here who also are helping back home and supporting schools back home. There are people here who send things, and some of them even opening their own schools. But my thing is that when you're opening your own school, what are the resources that you're able to give? And hopefully it's not for money making like everybody else in the country. You go in there, you see people with uniforms.
Moses, everything is
Mr. So.
Everything is, I come calling you guys. Everything is a money.
Yeah.
Everything is nobody gonna. It's a business. Nobody gonna open a business with the sole purpose to lose. You don't want to get profit.
There are some good people.
We are saying it must have a standard, and the reason we are holding government responsible. Those places you go there, they have some sort of education officer, not just from the higher up from the ministry, the deputy minister for instruction. You come down to the county, you get county education officer, you get district education officer. I think there must be an organized system. I mean, we understand people want to go, and I think this is where the problem came from, because the regulatory aspect is just so weak. It's not. I thought the best way they could have done that, perhaps to help post-war Liberia, before Mr. Collins comes in, most government would have engaged in vocational institution, because that way you build the human capacity. People went through this, you empower them to be skillful, because when they are skillful, potentially they are self-employed. You're going to have a carpenter, you're going to have a masonry, you're going to have a plumber, and all of those things. They end up putting food on their table. But people, they are aware of those schools, but they just don't care. Terry.
Yeah, so Mr. So it is not blaming, like, you don't just blame one side of one government, like JMB government, This is an old age thing. So it means
I didn't call JMB. I said
no, I'm just saying it's not specifically targeting what you're saying. I'm just saying I'm trying to drive at a point, right? That we will not blame one set of government for what is happening, but we want to also blame the government as a whole from since post-war for this situation that we're seeing on live screen. But we also have to or blame the parents as well, who must also be responsible to make sure that the health of the children is protected and that the children have good opportunity to learning. It is the parents' responsibility. That's not the government responsibility. The government responsibility is to create the opportunity
Is
for learning.
okay, is that opportunity being created? Seeing why you saw that.
Yeah, the opportunity in this regard, in this location specifically, that opportunity is not being created in this
Let us
location.
not narrow it, because if we were to
So,
do more pooling information around, it would just be the same. So now, who is the chief architect of this whole hub we are talking about? It's the Ministry of Education.
yeah,
They
so
designs, well, because God, the reason you see it doing that, because when the mother or when the father is not providing, then the people there, they end up they improvise. Whether they put on salary or they're not on salary, we don't even know. But the fact of the matter here is they are in the community, and they also want their community to get a taste of education. So
yeah,
they
but
mean something. So there are two things here. When you see it that is not being done rightly, which of course these people have leaders, then they can stop it and find alternative to say, okay, we understand where we're coming from, or either improve on it. But best, trust me, there are times that we do a search, some kind of person in the past and even in the present now have served in government, but they either choose not to do anything about it, no action.
so this is why now the fourth estate comes in to make sure that these places are highlighted, so you can highlight it like the way we're doing it now. Then the government people will hear it and say, oh, we saw so and so, and then they will begin to address it. But if the civil societies, the civil society organization, they don't care about these things. They only go and talk politics all day. Talk about, oh, who will be president, the other thing, Joia CDC and Joseph Boca. If that is the discussion in the country and everybody's priority is in that direction, most of these people will not benefit from anything, because what I'm looking at here, the 2025 budget, they allocated 101.8 million for the educational sector. That include the UL getting almost or 30 to 30 something million dollars. In this year budget, the GAFWA allocated 132.9 million, with the Ministry of Education specifically receiving 53,233,456. All right? Which is, when and you must also understand that in this 53 million, you got the, recurring expenditure, or you got logistics, paying for books, this, that, then you got salary. When you deduct that, how much goes to renovation, how much goes to school, all those things. And then in totality, can the Ministry of Education tell us how much schools under them that they are fueling, that they're funding? We don't even know. So this is what civil society is supposed to do. They're supposed to be able to go to these places, do a survey of the country, get all the information, their data together, and then you challenge the government in
Okay,
this location.
in the meanwhile, you remove the government from the scene. They
No, I'm not moving it. What I'm saying,
provide us those data. We must send other people first to go get those.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
yes, I'm also saying that as well. But I'm saying that we cannot only blame the government. We also have responsibility to make sure that these problems are solved, because the government will be lackadaisical. So it is our responsibility to highlight them, and not just only be depending. Every day we divert the discussion. We're talking about CDC 2029, Unity Party 2029. Meanwhile, most of these children are not they don't have the opportunity to go to school. In America, and you know that, your child, once you as a parent, you are a parent, you can't, the government will hold you responsible to send your child to school at that. They're going to hold you responsible.
You see, you just contradicted yourself, boss man.
Like how now?
You're saying the government has the responsibility to make sure that every child goes to school. And that's
But
what
I'm
wait a
saying
minute now.
then you never got me.
Okay, all right.
I'm saying you can't blame just the government. You blame the government and the parent
Well, if the
and
government,
the civil societies and the journalism. I'm blaming everybody for what is happening. The video we just saw, I'm not blaming one person. I'm not only blaming the government because just what Mr. So have just done tonight, somebody will see it in the government and highlight it, and because of that, that particular school right now they're going to address certain situations like what they did to the school in Bond County. I'm saying if we do not highlight these things, the government will not be responsible enough to tackle it
all
because
right.
the
Let me
government is
just
supposed to be responsible to tackle
okay.
it.
Let me
But they're not going to tackle it because there is nobody talking about it.
okay. Let me just say this to
I,
you.
I don't know.
For the interest of the conversation, CEO.
Okay.
Yeah,
For the interest of the CEO,
sometimes you can confuse people.
I know. For the interest
Mr.
of
So-
the thing, we know that majority of the schools belong to church organizations in Liberia. Now, what I
Not this
know,
one.
what
Is
you
this
say?
one?
I'm
Not
not
this
talking
one.
about this one. I'm just telling you about school generally.
Okay.
The government policy is that every child should be able to get some level of education. And that is the responsibility of the administration. So let me put another caveat to this. What about those people that come from these districts, the representatives and the senators?
But they make the
Why
government.
isn't listen? Yes. Why isn't it part of their responsibility? Because when you speak of government, that's what I keep saying. We talk about government, we always put it on the administration, the executive. It can't be that. We don't even have laws in the book that say if a child is not going to school, the parents should be held responsible. Our legislator would never think of something like that. They're not thinking of anything like that. Every parent bringing a child is responsible to make sure that that child goes to school and gets some level of education. It's in other places.
Mhm.
We don't want to compare that, but we know we could be covering. My thing is that this is the 20th year of post-war. You think education would be a priority with all the administration we've had in this administration? They're putting money into every other thing but the education system. And I don't think the money, and like the other day we're having a conversation, and I told you, just a city school, a district budget is almost the same as the Liberia, the entire budget of the Republic of Liberia. A school system budget, a district budget here, school district budget. They have some schools budget that is well over 1.8, $1.2 million dollars. And we sit down, we say $1.2 million are plenty of money for Liberia. We're not allocating our resources. We're not getting the benefit from the resources we have. And we're not generating the revenue to really serve our people. Education should be a top priority in our country post-war. It should be top priority. But you see, when you have people who don't have interest in certain areas but themselves, everybody for self go for all. And that's the mentality of people since the war. And most of the people there, it's going to take a long time for us to get somewhere. But we need to start doing something. You know how many years? You know how many years it took before the school system became broad in that place? All those years, when Tolbert got in place, education was a priority for Tolbert. Schools started to be built. Multilaterals school, the trade school that you're talking about. What a guy named Emmanuel Cotto, he just did a program in Ganta. A PhD, a doctor from California, went to Ganta, built a state-of-the-art facility. He has students who can pay their high school fee working in the building to subsidize their school fees. He built a place where the community has become a center now. People have weddings there, they have church services there, and all of that. The little money they give to him, he put it back into the school. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, but Mr.
That's what we're talking
Mr.
about.
Sigbe,
So
they-
my thing is that
Okay, guys,
until the government set the standard,
let's do it one at a time.
until the government
Yeah.
set the standard, the people will not follow, and they need to be held accountable. I don't see anyone going to court. I don't see no court system that says that if this parent is doing this and not sending this kid to school, they need to go to jail.
All right. Hold on there. Let me welcome Keto Good to come join in here. Let's have this conversation. I don't know, Terry, you're talking about they should hold people. The reason they hold people here because they provide out of the luxury. Bosses picking out your kids. They eat. They're dropping it off. All you need to do, you get them ready and just go right to your doorstep. Boss come and carry them. And 12 o'clock, they come the same way.
And you pay for it through taxes.
There be no reason why you should hold that child. You can't deprive that child. Unlike our home, it's different. You got to bust yourself up because you want your child to succeed. But we want to come to that. Kata.
Thank you.
Can you?
It's from look. Yeah, go ahead, Mr. So.
Can you, if you were sitting on the confirmation, can you approve this guy to be deputy minister for something? The gentleman from Minnesota up there.
Both of them, I can't even confirm now. As soon as I let her come, I will throw it also. Because they talking Tabata here about excellence.
The gentleman from Minnesota.
Excellence.
Yeah, right.
Both of them, they want to be pastor.
You got a serious issue. I will put the tip out.
that tip, let's see. No, on a serious note, and you just hit the nail on the head because I heard Terry first say the parents should be responsible. I agree, the parents should be responsible, but like Mr. So said, where is the enabling environment that we can hold a parent responsible? The students going to school with all shoes on their feet. They sitting out on dirt floor. They sitting out in a leaking building where the rain falling on them. And then you say the parents should be responsible. Our government should be responsible. Our in Ivory Coast, Danane, they pass a law. Any child see on the street, just walking, during the hours of school time, they will arrest you, they will go carry you to your mom, and they will make sure they will find that parent or put them in jail. Because what? In Danane, they have school system. The children will go to school in the morning and in the evening. And during those times, your children have to be in school. In Liberia, and the school I'm talking about in Danane, you can compare Lycée Modern, like University of Liberia. The structure, the infrastructure, Lycée Modern in Danane. Like our university in Liberia. They combine everything. All right. So once the environment is suitable, you got good teaching staff, you got good infrastructure, and the parents are deliberately allowing the children not to go to school, then you can come with that law to say you're going to arrest parents and put them in jail for students not sending the children to school. At this point, we should be arresting government officials for corrupting the system. And you know the thing that really get to me, all these surrogates of Unity Party want to shift blame around other places and not the president. You told us the man could solve our decade problems.
That's my problem with you, or what?
I want you to have that kind of problem because I want you to erase. I want you to.
So
it's not politics, man.
Hold on 1 second, Minister Analysts should be arrested as well, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
Like
and I will evoke.
So that's school,
Doctor. I will evoke Doctor. This is why you're moving. This is the reason why you're moved, Joe. We are.
Oh, so you don't share no blame.
This the reason why. Yeah, this the reason why you moved, George. We are. You see, they were talking outside and listening.
Yeah, let the man finish. It's not Joy. We have Joseph Breaker here. We're trying to find
exactly. Come on, dude.
No. The point here is when you guys come on this platform.
Coming here now.
No. It's not Unity Party thing. When you guys come on, instead of we solve our problems and hold people who are responsible for our problems, at this point in time, you start to shift blame, and that's the thing I say. That's dishonesty right there. You cannot look at Joseph Boakai and exclude him from the
No one
decisions.
excluded him.
No, hold on. He controls the executive. He controls the government of the Republic of Liberia. This man will be able to say, you know what I mean? We'll fix that school to good standard. We'll fix this school to good standard. We'll fix the other school to good standard. That's his policy. That's what he ran on. We should hold him for that. And when we see our children sitting on the ground, we should hold Joseph Boakai responsible. Not the representative, not the lawmaker.
You kidding
We
me?
should hold.
Keto,
Who
Yes.
approves the budget?
hold on 1 second. Let's take a holistic approach to this conversation here. Because I would say Joseph Boakai, George Weah, we will
Alex
not,
Johnson.
because, I mean, this is something here. What actually is the problem? Why are we like this?
Every
Okay, let me
level
tell you why we
of
like this.
government is responsible.
Let me tell you why we like this. We are like this because we have missed priorities. If you can give a board member generator, not human being with generator, $3,000 for his generator, $3,000. But you can give a teacher in a class $150 go sit down for 1 whole month to teach children every day religiously, and you consider those children your precious jewel, your future, then your priority is in error. And that's the problem is. And who made those laws? Who implement those policies? Is the head. The head. If our president today sit and say, you know, happy, no director, nobody sitting on the board should have $30,000 go to the generator, that law scratch. Just like this. It's scratch. And that money should be taken and sent to that county to build a decent school for the students there. Until we can get to the place where we hold, you can hold, we are responsible. I agree with you.
No one
I
holding we are
agree.
responsible.
No, listen, no, that talk the monarship because the Boakai messing up, then you say we can hold we are responsible. Let hold responsible for the things he didn't do. Yes, let hold responsible. So let hold Boakai now. Who came there? He still got 3 more years. Mr. Boakai, you can make the difference. You can make the difference. Go to those places. Hold on.
Let's do it. Can we just do it one at a time? So that
One at a time. Yeah.
The line all here too. You see,
You
this
stay low.
You guys, your people, all of your partisan thing here. It's not happening.
Mr. So, you know when you started the show today, you said
I told you, Mr. So,
you
that this is
pointed
the
out that lady,
problem in
right?
Liberia.
You pointed out that lady and said
We have refused to discuss the issue with becoming political. That's the
and
problem. These are some of the
no.
problems.
That you see, that's the rare me you want to throw in. The
You say
reality
it's not
is
a problem, but this is the problem, Mr. So.
no. The reality is it's not politics, it's the reality. If I'm president and you expect me, Mr. So, they were talking about you the last time on this show, Mr. To, when you were president of your association, you changed your association directly in a way that it was so good, and you turn it over to another person who tried to change it and put it to another decent way, but they have to remove me. Your policy you said, your legacy you said, build on it now.
Oh my
I'm
God.
saying here.
Don't kind of appease the man.
I'm not appeasing. I'm not patronizing. I'm just telling you.
I think
I'm not
Sissy can't
patronizing.
help her
You were
tonight.
not
Let's say calm. Let's say calm. Sissy will tell you the truth.
Hello.
No, but you see,
You the only one I get the answer to
let me
this
just say this real quick.
Hold on 1 second.
Real quick.
Okay. Facilitating. The reason we have both aisle, whether you're opposition, your government, or whatever side you want to be, you are at liberty to do that. But I think at times there are some painful conversation when we are.
I know.
We need to be very realistic and objective, because whether in the past, in the present, they all fail. So people who left as a neutral people, I mean, who just don't believe in the system, who just don't believe in this leader, we just increased their pain, because the guy you support, he was there, nothing was done, nothing was changed. The other person, and what we are seeing now is that when these leaders come, how do they really take an approach? Or is it this sort of concept that we see only the country, the capital to be only the country, Are
There
we
you go.
attention to urban side, other places outside of the capital, or we just we say we look at the county, we just look at the seat of the county? What becomes of these districts that even make up the county? How the different processes, be it health, education, agriculture, every other thing, any other functionaries of government, how are these things being taken, or we just don't care? And what can be done? And of course, the bottom line, the leader must be responsible because you might have a comprehensive package of what you want to do as a leader. You can't do things and leave it halfway and say, oh, let the people do it. But you know, your who get aside, there's a fear because they will call your guardian and the other person will come. So you quickly can't bring the walk everything down. 30-second, Keto, I won't go to the phone line then.
Thank you. Look, Mr. So it's not about,
You
it's
say
not
get
about
up.
because,
So I
yes,
gotta
it's
go
me.
pick up my daughter. I will join you guys back.
Okay, sure. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
All right, Terry. It's not for me. It's not about pointing finger. What I'm saying here, even if we are in office to the conversation account, I'll say we are responsible for making it better. He take responsibility for that. Today we have a president in office, and these things are popping up on his watch. Can he make a difference? I say yes. Can he do it now? I say yes. Is he going to do it? I don't know if he's going to do it. All right. The point here is we have to hold these people responsible. They are the one that are holding the purse of Liberia in their hands. They control the money. They can make the decision to build a school over there today. In less than 2 weeks or 3 weeks, we can see school erected in our place. We can see money allocated over there. Mr. So, you said something from the beginning of the show. You were talking about how our people should take initiative, but you should have woman. Do you know how many Liberians doing that same thing, even more than what our woman doing, that teacher doing? But it's small. When the government make that stand, it's bigger. Then the citizen follow. It's better. But the government playing lots of this. Everything is like,
all right.
Everything is just mute, and that's my problem.
Thank you so much. Let me go to the phone line, Moses, and I'll come to you.
Oh my goodness.
Let's have our people to participate here too. Let me see. I don't know why they. Hello, caller, are you there?
Yes, sir. Hello, Mr. So, how are you?
Good. All right. Clarence still on the line, but I don't know why it doesn't want to merge. So, okay, Prince, make a point. Then I'll also have.
Monsieur, how you doing?
Good.
Oh my goodness.
Hold on 1 second.
I rescue 3.
I try to merge, but not working. So, Prince on the file. Let me finish with Prince. Hold the line. I'll come back to you. Okay.
I thought that the Chinese phone working on me.
Oh my God.
I
rescue 3. Careful.
Your presence, the security, analyst. But I think there are some issues that we must squarely put out, and we must not sugarcoat it. Let me just tell you that by profession, I am a classroom teacher, a trained 1-2. That's where I got my first degree. So to some extent, I come to the topic or to the table with some knowledge as it relates to the education sector. There is absolutely no way we can talk about the education sector without talking about government or governments, so to speak.
Right.
The reason is government, like we borrow from my brother Keto, government is the one that controls the resources, allocate the resources, and ensure that these resources are used for its intended purpose or purposes. Now, I will give you just a very few examples. Look at the performance of the children in the WAS. Now it's WAS. It used to be WAEC. In the 2 years under Mr. Boeka, you will observe that our children decimally performed. Now, we as educators, we've asked ourselves question, what led to that? I'm not going to go through all that because we don't have the luxury of time. But look at the performances of our children under His Excellency President Dr. George Manuel Weah. You will see that they performed exceptionally well to the extent that they were even commended, by the West African Council, that Liberia did exceptionally well. Now, we should ask ourselves...
Prince.
Yeah?
That we're talking about the infrastructure.
Exactly. So I'm coming to the infrastructure. I'm just giving you example of what the government did that led to these children performing. Now, when you talk about infrastructure, for example, let's look at the initiative that His Excellency President Dr. George Manneh Weah, started, especially with public schools in the counties. President Weah was able to put down the first 10 sophisticated, highly sophisticated for that matter, with all the equipment you can ever think about, high schools in Liberia. That school was dedicated by Mr. Boyka, where he went and then put his name on the school. So you see that, let us ask ourselves what is even allocated by the government for the issue of education. When you look at the Ministry of Education, you have $53 million that is allocated. Now look at the recurring, the expenditure portion of that particular amount, and look at the salary. You will observe that about 80% of that $53,000 that is allocated for the Ministry of Education go towards just salary. The current expenditure just go towards salary. Now, what is there for the infrastructure itself? So unfortunately, you have a government that do not even know her priority. This man boasted and this government boasted that they have come to rescue. So let's even agree that we have challenges under His Excellency President Dr. George Manneh Weah.
Go to the other person, Prince.
Yeah. So this man who understands the education sector and has been there since Joseph Jingi Rabot time, 42 years experience, we expect that he will put in place policy. But where is the policy of this government in improving the infrastructure? Where is the policy of this government in improving even the staff lives? My brother Terrence said we should not blame the government, we should blame the parents. Mr. Su, if you don't give the parents job, if you downsize the parent like Mr. Boyka did, if you deny the parent of their job that was given to them by a legitimate government under His Excellency President Dr. George Manneh Weah, how do you expect these children to cater to the needs of the parents to cater to the needs of their children when you downsize them?
All right, thank you so much. Let me go to Clarence for Clarence to make his own point. Oh, Clarence, I gotta call you back. Oh my God, we in serious problem in our country. Hold on one second. Let me call Clarence David before I come to you, Moses. I mean, sometimes we just gotta allow our people to make their point.
Yeah.
Clarence David, I'm trying to call you. Please call back. Clarence, are you there?
Reach has a voicemail box that has not been set up yet.
You're not there.
Okay. Clarence, please call. Moses carry on. When Clarence call, I will interrupt. So
Rescue 3.
Yeah, let me just. Why need rescue who?
Rescue 3. Ain't that Rescue 3?
No, Rascotity.
Okay, Clarence, please call back. I try to put you on.
They're coming for you today, my man.
I know, right? You come blast me.
You see, Mr. Toe, my thing is that
I'm sorry, the person you were trying to reach has a voicemail box that has not.
Okay, because
you see, Mr. So won't start trouble here. You're not calling man. Just for the man to kind of blast me. What are you doing anything for?
The man you call.
You don't live right here today. So that rescue 3, rescue 2 left.
From what I see, it looks like we're in a trouble with this CDC and Unity Party thing.
I'm telling you, man, we can't say nothing without bringing politics in. But here my point, and I made that earlier. When Talbot took over, schools were a priority. We saw the infrastructure being reformed and start picking up. They started building the multilateral schools because we have the VTC, we have the other trade school in Maryland County, and we have Boca Washington Institute. Multilateral was supposed to expand and attach technical to it. However, let me just say this. Liberia did something once upon a time. That's why Liberia stood up on the continent of Africa as some of the most educated people in Africa. What they did is they created ZRTTI and KRTTI. Teacher Training Institutes were built specifically to train people and get them prepared to go into the classrooms. My late uncle went to the school. Charles Taylor attended KRTTI. No, ZRTTI. He went to that school and became a teacher. You see, so they have people who were trained specifically to become teachers. That's what we're talking about. Post-war, you would think that would be a priority for the administrations that came in. We need to train proper teachers because the country cannot advance post-war without educating the masses, especially the children who didn't have the opportunity. We know the parents didn't have the opportunity to go to school because they were total anarchy for 14 years and years after that. Our whole education system was interrupted with the war. So we know that. So we need to build from a startup place and get equipped, build the foundation, then you can start laying the bricks over it. That's what we're talking about. And that needs to go to all parts of the government. The legislators are responsible because they see the budget, they put budget in there just to suit themselves and not the services.
Moses, let me just hold you there.
Yeah.
Let me get Clarence and Saturday. Clarence, are you there now?
Yeah, are you getting me here?
Yeah, loud and clear. Let's hear you.
I think you can say tonight concerning the education system in the country, but there's a noise behind you.
Yeah. Your phone beeping. Somebody's phone beeping.
No, I think who on the
I think that's me. I already lower my TV. Let go, Lpr-Tv.
Okay.
I know that kept on trying to take me on the line, take me all day long.
I'm not like liberal, you call you guys start accusing me, say I bring Chinese. You've never been operating Chinese food here. You never leave your Chinese food. I mean, you want to leave it, but I told you, say if you leave it, I will only use it on carry. So you took it away. You didn't give it to me for the airport. Go ahead.
You see that from the outside, when Terry said that although the government should be held responsible, but the parents should also bear the responsibility. And tweaking with that Tabata, that all the people were having joy and total bracket job for them. You talk about in the interior, Mr. So, don't look at this situation. We talk about in the interior. Personally, like in the interior now, foreign national coming, taking our land, producing cocoa and tea down there. And these people are in the interior, it's getting you gay with the children, and one man will go and vote for that party children by 3 different women. Then you won't put a blame on the government for the time not to go to school needs. The parents should be held responsible. I did not like the building. I don't like the institution. The institution is there. But if their child is not going to school to be clean, to be neat, to go to school, I think the parents should sometimes bear the full responsibility. In the interior, one of the things I work in the interior. I work in the health system in the interior. This situation with the education system, government cleaners and things are over there, they are always neat. But sometimes there will be some high school somewhere closer and junior high school closer. And town will get and say, because we need our own school, you're going to be our own public school there. And when they build this school, they will say that school, they turn it over to the government, and the government will be forced to assign some teacher to that area. I saw it many times. And many of these schools, many of these nation schools are all over. At least that area we are talking about. Quarton, one of the FBI giants that live in Banana, they tell him to go to Manor Quarter, get a public school right there. The same way you see that school condition is that the school condition is looking in Banana Keba over there. I live in Keba. So there's it's an all-age situation. And thank God that the government said that they are building at least 100 primary schools. They'll be up to the standard.
Yeah,
but if we continue to share blame on
that's a different thing there, because then you can change our whole topic here, because there are issues on ground. If those issues cannot be adequately addressed, what is a guarantee that those things we're talking about going to happen? There must be some drastic action be taken first. The one that you fix it, and you want to go fix the other one.
I reason with you because when they later were doing a donation, the district education officer was there. He had some people teachers to that institution. I think it's a right and getting a bounty to report out to the ministry. But district education officer will go and see that kind of military school and say clean that to be the government school in the county. These are some the problem that people be having. So if the government, I'm not trying to say because the government trying to build 100 school and then later is giving donations. To me, I appreciate that lady. That lady, she did well. You know what it means for somebody to be a teacher to take their little money to buy stuff for the student. To me, she's a humanitarian. Every time we applaud her for what she did. Yeah. But how many of our government officials can do that? How many of our government officials? This country, we had a speaker that was there for almost complete 6 years. Who use a visa money all over, but the institution was not counted. And today, some of them won't come and say, oh, because rescue government take job from the people that want the children going to school with us, you. I don't think we should go that far.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah, I want to tell you, thank you too for the visit that you made in California to Mr. Toro. I really appreciate the CEO.
I'm being, you say I'm being, but when you come by, you get a beating there. You can't go to taking plaster and putting there oil. The labor is so ridiculous.
The labor going down there, but before you come by, you get a black belt already.
Black belt. In taekwondo or karate or judo.
I would tell you, you're holding up. Thank you so much. Let me go to let me go to Sade and then I go to Era. Sade, let's hear you.
Hello to everybody on the show.
How are you, Sade?
How are you, sir?
I'm okay, boss. I'm okay with the show. Okay, Moses and Keto, my own little brother from Connecticut. And calling, let's say, concerning and concerning education problem in Liberia. I think our problem started when Tobo got killed, because way back, education in Liberia used to be a great one. People who had opportunity to go to school those days, even if you are a high school dropout, you can be better off than people who are maybe college graduate in Liberia, because many of these people, they come from other college with all no good with all the fundamental. And that is an issue. And the reason why it's like that is just common. Teachers, according to what Mr. Sibwe was saying over there, teachers are not trained. Teachers, besides training, their salary, the money they make, is not enough. So how you expect for the teaching of a children to be to a quality level? And for that reason, this is why Liberia is like that. And one of the contributing factors is that our government officials are greedy. How can you be paying somebody who was sent in front of children to teach 32 to 30 children in one class or 25 children in a class, and you're paying that man maybe under $75? Why government minister, deputy minister making all that money? And you expect for this guy to not be corrupt, to not be playing with the test. Even you get a good student in the class, the man is wanting for all the students to fail, so they will pay $5 so they can be given grades. And that is the thing that happened in Liberia when those took over. It's something that temper with the standard of education in Liberia. The teachers will fail the children because they want money from them. And those are the things that started affecting the education sector in Liberia. And our people need to refrain from being greedy. They need to put money to bring our young children. How can a man be making $5,000 to $6,000, $12,000, $8,000, and you see another person making $100 to feed your family? How if you are greedy about how wicked can you be? That you see another family man, a man who has children and wealth to be fed. They're making no kind of money, and you think that they're living life. It's like you're looking at them to go, die. That's what Liberians are doing. to their own Liberians. And that is bad.
Thank you so much. Let me go to Aaron and then I'll back onto the
Thank you.
live view. Aaron, let's hear you, player.
How you doing, Mr. Soul?
Good, good. How are you, brother?
I'm fine, I'm fine. So I just wanted to weigh in on the conversation. And I want to speak directly to you and Mr. Stenway. There's no way you can discuss education in a country and you don't talk about the central government. I don't know. There's no politics in it. There's no politics in it. It's not about politics. In this country, every school get a grant from the federal government. Every school in this country get a grant from the federal government. The federal government has a scholarship program for students who can afford to go to school. So how would we discuss education and don't talk about the government of the day? And you guys saying it's about CDC or the Unity Party? No, the government is in power. When the conversation comes out, that government will be discussed, and the head of that government will be discussed. It's not no politics. It's not no politics because this is for fundamental rights for the citizens of Liberia. There's no way around it. The government is supposed to provide the enabling environment for people to go to school. This government is supposed to provide scholarships. The government is supposed to provide grant to all the schools for people to be able to go to school. And this government ran on that mantra that they were going to change all of these things. Government is continually, all the little effort that the past government made, the government is supposed to continue on that. Nobody's saying the past government did everything. No. When I say that, the government should have picked up from where the past government left, whether it was the wire fee, whether it was the free tuition for public schools, and then take it to free tuition for all the schools, especially kindergartens and stuff like that. So, for you guys to sit on the platform and say, we'll discuss this topic and don't discuss the government of the day, I'm just shocked. That's why I called to say. Thank you.
Yeah, so no, don't go away now, Aaron. Probably,
right.
Probably it was.
We need to make some clarity.
What I was trying to say was we're taking a holistic approach.
Yes,
there will come a time we say, because ultimately, and I agree, and that's why I disagree with Terry talking about Popompe. It's the government. But what we try to do was to avoid this government.
Political party.
It's fair to point out this government because they don't even do anything, and there's nothing much being done. And that's why you heard me saying, yeah, you want to build 100 schools. What happened to this one that is existing right now? Are they properly maintained? No. So I think there should be a complete overhaul, not just only in the educational system, but politicians, their hasty way of trying to do things to appease, to satisfy that people to say, oh yeah, this one is done. You want to have these people, you want to have these people. I think this thing will be a systematic step. And beyond that, where we came from as a country, I think more or less vocational institution will be able to be more productive because I'm not saying the academic is not important, but if you look at a generation, people that are all around now, if those people are self-employed, if you have carpenters, if you have plumbers and stuff, they will be sitting at home and be doing their contract. They will be getting paid, But it's just painful to see that lady, a classroom teacher, and then when you look at all overall, it boils down to the government field policies because they're not doing anything. Their priorities is being misstepped. It's been wrongly applied. They just make decision where their shadow stops. They don't go beyond their shadow. And part of that is, okay, they just maybe look at Moria to just be only the Republic of Liberia. Because if you have education, if you have district officer, you must know all of the public schools. It is the responsibility of government to make sure those schools are equipped. Those ones that are not properly up to standard, if it requires that they should be closed until something new is erected, that should be done. But all of that is not happening. But thank you so much.
Let me just piggyback.
Yeah, go ahead.
I hope you stay there. Let me just piggyback on that and put a different thing on that. The other thing here is that when I was growing up, there was something called national exams. And it was taken by 6th grader, 9th grader, and 12th grader. That's the competency exam. No student was asked to pay for it out of pocket. The government provided that. And it was free because it was a requirement. Those are the things that the government needed to subsidize. And when we talk about government giving grant, government subsidized all schools. Those schools are compared to meet a certain standard according to government policy in place. Those things were happening before. That's why in Liberia, you have people like Harriet Belafonte, Mary Makipa. All of these people came to Liberia to go to school because we had a better school system on the continent of Africa. You go back and look at the history, you will see that a lot of people came from other countries and came to school in Liberia because Liberia had one of the best educational systems in America, on the continent of Africa. What happened to that? And just like somebody said, one of the callers said, since Joe took over, things started to go down the other end. But I can tell you the standard, and I can tell you, like my dad, who's 87 years old, he only stopped in the 8th grade. But this guy could write anything. He could listen. The education level was unbelievable back in the day. They only used to stop in 8th grade. Later on, they brought high school and they went to university and all that stuff like that. And I can tell you, we can get back to it. It has to take the responsibility of the government to say we need to put money into education. And I gave an example. You cannot expect the Department of Education to run that department with $53 million. And people think that that's plenty of money. One school district here is over their budget of a school district. In some of the smaller school districts, it's more than $1.2 million, which is the whole Liberia budget. Are we there? No, we're not there yet. We need to divert resources. And back in those days, when they used to do those things, people paid taxes and they were able to collect those taxes. And that's how they were able to do that. We didn't have that much resources, but the system was put in place. That's what we're talking about. We're not targeting a particular political party. That's what we're talking about when we say, don't bring politics in here. Yes, the administration, whoever is in charge of the government, is responsible. That goes for the 3 branches of government.
Can I just come and weigh in? Can I just weigh in on this?
All right.
Can I just weigh in on there, Mr. So look, we cannot continue to play sympathy where sympathy is not supposed to be. We are talking about the future of our nation. All right? When you speak about the past, those presidents that was in office at the time, they took the responsibility to educate our people. Don't forget, our country, the population was less. Our population today is 5-point-something million people. We had 2.5 million people before 1980. And prior to 1980, where was education concentrated? In Monrovia, Monserrate County. Education, you said the education was not in the rural area when it started.
Not true.
Opening.
Not true.
In the 50s, you had education, you had multilateral high in Vonjama. In the 50s?
No, but
they never had nothing there. And what you say not true?
Schools, the Swedish missions were there. The mission schools were there.
Government had schools there?
Yes.
Government never had schools there. How many Liberians were on that side? Look, let's be honest to our conversation here.
Honest.
The people that are going to school, Mr.
I went to
I come in now. I come in. It's just rhetorical. It's just rhetorical. You don't have to answer because I'm a side living in Liberia too. You don't have to answer it because I'm a side living in Liberia. All right? Because the amount of people that were fortunate to go to school in Vonjama, they were far less than the people that live in Vonjama. Far less.
I won't dispute that. I won't say no.
All right? So that's what I'm saying here. We're speaking holistically tonight. Yeah. So my thing here is education in Liberia has all of the past government, they have never been great, especially from our founding fathers. They concentrated education to one spot and one spot only. It was maybe the end of the middle 60s, coming to the 70s, before they thought about the interior part of the country to put education there. All right. And so if you're talking about from that time, up to now. You understand? So people who were born at time, they're not even 100 years old yet. 100 years old, they're not. Subtract the amount of years that we have instability in the country and all that, and calculate it. You have a country that's striving with a big education gap. All right. Now you come to this place where, and I always bring it back home. We got to hold people accountable. People see the loopholes in our society. How is it that somebody will sit as a board member, not his salary, but his generator, making $3,000? Somebody who sit in a class and teach students, 30 or 40 students, for about 5-6 hours, spend his time to do research on lesson plan order. You get a person $50 or $75. And tell me that person will not do it. At the state university, do you know where is to go there? I have people at the state university that will get tests intentionally to fail students. And while the test going on, you got the lieutenant going around and say, just forget about that test. Some people never studying university class, but they only went for graduation. I'm talking about doing our civil war. I don't want to call people that need I know, but I'm telling you.
I know.
Yeah. So this the thing I'm trying to say to you here. Let's forget about the asset of the money they took, but let's look at our infrastructure. The discouraging part. See how the kids learning. This guy, Leo from Canada, he built a beautiful library. See how the students go there. The environment is so decent for people to learn. The children go there, they learn how to read, they learn how to do all kinds of stuff. See the Cloud We Are Hope Foundation. People go there, they sit there, they have to do the show again. And I'm just putting it on that thing. We need decent environment for our children. Go to other schools like the international schools people are building around. Not only class. Private Liberians, they're building international schools, and when you go there, you see some other schools, you see that, wow, decent. There's a guy who in Nima County, they call him Dr. Moore or something.
Yes.
He got PhD. That's my first time seeing schools like that. Yeah. Biggest school ever, apart from the government schools in Liberia. That's one of the biggest private institutions by an individual who lobbied here, went back home, and built school in his county, in his backyard. Look at that school. The children speaking English. You will not even believe they're in Nima County. They're speaking standard English. I'm just saying, you're not bringing Nima Pool down, but all the counties people got accent when they're speaking, heavy accent a little bit. But the children speaking good English. The environment is so decent.
That we know those things. We already mentioned.
All right. So my thing is why the government is not putting all the resources in the future of our nation. We're not putting on the parents. Let it let it be the infrastructure. Let it pay the teacher well, and see if the parents will not send the children to school.
You are now on the same page now.
Can we just do it one at a time? Because we'll do that, then we're gonna the audience too. Then they're gonna. I'm getting message and they're getting upset here. You see, when we're having this conversation and sort of try to remove and start protecting our own little alligator and black snakes here and there, that would be great, because it's just unfortunate, because it's been a long time thing here. This is not just one, and part of that is the failed policy of these people, and it is a failed process because we fail to kind of like hold these people to their standard based on things that they were telling us they're going to do. They're going to do, oh yeah, then we'll vote, and they never answer question. They say they're going to have a modern school. We don't know. We didn't ask them how they're going to build this modern school, what kind of school, how they're going to do it. Nothing. We never ask these questions. And I hope this time around, the media and even the supporters will also do themselves a good favor as a patriots, as a good Liberian. You don't just follow anybody because you follow them, because you let them, oh, I don't care what you do, they man and my man. No, that's not about, hey, what happened when that man fall down and die? Who's going to be your next person? So I think these are the questions, because these people come and give us short pants agenda, no long pants, no socks, and we just saw the beauty of those pants and we decided to go with it. Because they must tell us exactly, this is why the process here you see here is so much better that people can act. People, they don't just get up, but people start choosing their candidate way before the people even announce them, without them telling them anything, no agenda, no political ideology. But so you're the man, oh, I carry that man, I don't care where that my own person. You have never asked him question. You have no idea as to what his policy are. No domestic. You don't even want to talk about foreign. You don't even ask whether he's, it's just so bad. But Terry.
Mr. So this is what it is, right? And it's a pathetic thing. Keto is talking about what her name, Claudia Foundation. Is that not under Joseph Boga too? So you can only so you only look at it the dilapidated school under Joseph Boga, but you don't consider Claudia Foundation to be under Joseph Boga administration too. That one
That's
not
not
there.
what I'm saying, Terry. I say the beautiful
No,
environment, the
I
people
just saying
study in.
something. I'm
No,
just
I'm not
saying
referring
something.
it to, yeah, I say the
No,
environment.
but
I'm
give
not
me
saying,
chance now.
yeah,
What
but you
I'm saying,
mentioned me, I gotta
yeah,
correct you in that direction.
no, you're not correcting me. If you what anyway, let me leave that Tabata because I want to talk something very
I talk about the
important.
school
Mr.
in
So
Nima County. You talk about that one. You talk about
no,
Claudia now.
you talk about Claudia Foundation and how the children learning good and all of that. So it's part of President Bokas's. It's supposed to be
Exactly.
attributed to him too,
Beautiful
right?
era.
Mhm.
Yes.
But here is the thing here, Mr. So the Ministry of Education has standards. Somebody said, I think that was Mr. Sigbe. They have standard, and somebody they say for opening schools. So I don't know much about this public school that you just showed to us tonight. Whether if it's really under the government until that lady can come to us,
Besides that, I think I would too hard to get a school administrator.
right?
I
So
got to go beyond. I'm not
definitely,
my emotion, but the idea why I saw it, because when I saw that, I decided to reach out, and I was glad that she was spontaneous and she willing to come. So maybe we'll go to the school. When will that school build?
thank
How
you,
is the school being supported?
thank you.
All of
We got to because the thing we got to do justice to the discussion. We can't just run with news because the journalists say, "Oh, there is a public school, blah blah blah." We don't see any information in regards to that because what I'm reading here in regards to one of the standards of opening schools by the ministry under the Ministry of Education is that the ministry conduct assessment to ensure schools are suitable for learning, including infrastructure, safety, and hygiene.
Correct.
That place I just saw does not look that it meet this qualification.
Nope.
So this is what I'm saying. We have to do justice. She got to come, give us the proper information as to whether if this particular school falls under the government control, if it is a public school or even it's a private school, whether if it is approved under Ministry of Education, whether if it meet the standards of the Ministry of Education in this perspective. Because like what I saw over there with that mud brick place and dirty looking place, does that look like a suitable environment for schooling, for learning purposes? I do agree, again, that the government is on a responsibility to create the environment for learning. I also do want to also say that the parents must be also held accountable for where the children goes to learn. It is incumbent upon them to be held accountable as well. It is also incumbent upon us who are in the media to provide the adequate information necessary to help the government tackle these errors and these things where are blind spots, where there are blind spots, that will help them to perform. We should not narrow the discussion to Joria and Joseph Boca, like what these guys are doing, these sedition, or Aaron coming and what he name, or what the guy name, or
Prince.
Prince coming to talk about his excellency. This was your school. This school will honor you all for 6 years. These teachers they are your teacher then, that your school, yeah, that CDC. These are CDC projects. But
I changed my location. I'll just go off for a second.
these, Mr. So these are CDC projects. So I don't know where they're coming from with all this discussion and then about, oh yeah, this, that, and all. These are sedition projects. They have to own up to it. So the thing is, let her come and give us the proper information.
You always let her provoke the people that
but,
but,
but because
oh God.
there's not CDC, these are CDC projects. These are the projects that they talk about that they. So I agree with you, right? The president have an agenda. The president have been 2 years in power. His second budget just exhausted, and they have good money in the budget. And I want to believe that they tackle some of these things. We just gotta be, we just gotta be able to allow them to say something. I have not heard for the past from some time now. I've not heard the Minister of Education speaking. I've not listened to her speaking on these kind of things. So I want to believe that they will watch this video and they will respond to this kind of thing because this is something very serious.
I'm going to follow. I'm going to follow
Yeah.
this. Trust me, I'm going to follow through with this here. Okay, well, we have to go, but let's do ourselves a favor. There were other things I will try as much as possible. I will throw something up in there that there were other things that I put in there, but this took us away because I think it's worthy. And like I said, probably this year we have to we encourage our guys. Maybe our own towns, our own villages, we can take them on as a case study because before you poking other people out, you gotta do it for yourself because it's just I don't know. Yeah, but I'm gonna
What the hell am I doing?
I'm gonna talk to that lady. In fact, the journalist, I saw the I believe I think the district something education, either principal or one of the person who were interviewed. But I think through her, I'll be able to get more information. Sometimes the people they can be afraid because of their job too, because when people who try to report these things, they see them, they get in the public, and then they tell them, but I know exactly what to do. And this is a clear indication now that for us from different areas, different places, we can start doing our own right case study. How many schools in the district here? How many government school here? But the funny thing, when you even ask some of the people who supposed to tell you, they can't tell you.
But the superintendent's supposed to give you the statistics.
What kind of attendant?
The district superintendent supposed to give you information on all these things. They got people in all those various counties and districts that are responsible to collect data and statistics on all the schools in the environment, all of that. These are public information that's not supposed to be hidden from the public.
What we're gonna do now, our 1 minute closing, maybe you can add something here, but let's see what sort of recommendation, if we had an opportunity, now we have another president here to see whether there can be a game changer.
Mr. Segwe, I think you need to mute the feedback.
I think we're getting feedback
That's
from you.
not me. That's somebody else.
That Keter, yeah. That Keter, you're right.
Keter, they need to do it. But let's see, I will discuss the critical issue.
Is still here?
No, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Still there.
Once you mute, when you mute, it can stop. But when you open, it can come back.
That's an echo from you. Yeah, that's an echo.
About to go. Let's do our 1 minute, how you call it, closing, and let's do it in the form of recommendation. Say you were some kind of advisor to the president to do some sort of a drastic reform. What will you say? Assuming somebody is the Bushu Bankaita listening or the other person listening, what will you say? Not a CDC, not being a CDC, not being a Joseph Boyka fanatic and all those kind of things here, but just for the good of our entire system overhauling. Let me start with you, Keto.
Okay, so before I go to my recommendation, it's something we gotta do justice here. And I think Terry saw a video from Farmer District in Magibi of Lower Bom County, how you call it, Bom Mines, that this guy from this representative Foley. There's a journalist called Deputy Rogers. He went over there and he pointed out, he showed a video of a school, a public school. It was the school you saw on the video that Mr. Social, the school that on that side, the school better than that school in Farmer District. And that government school. So this should not be strange to us for to go investigate. The woman will not lie. There was another school they showed in River Cess, one of the oldest school in that era, government school. In fact, when you see the place, chicken horse are better. Students are going there to learn. They call it government school. Is the government really concerned about educating its people? We should not put this, we should not just play with this. This is our future, this is our life. Even if we are in office and nothing come up and they show the school, we will be on his case too. This is our future. President Bwaka walked from all the way Lofa County to come to Monrovia to go to school because he knows the importance of education. So the Minister of Education, they took a county tour to see all of the different schools and the needs of the students. But they could not fix the problem. We go into year 3. Going to year 3. So we should not be blaming parents here. What kind of job do parents got in the villages? They don't make farm to feed their family. What kind of job? You remember when they were taking taxes from our people with all representation? They were going in villages taking taxes from the people. There were no schools there, no hospital there. But they were taking taxes from them. They never built schools there. Now the people trying to do something. Empower the people. That human development or index is trying to build up. Open schools in the rural area. Brother, before I leave the land, there's a place in Ivory Coast called, I forgot the town, but it's close to Bewale in Liberia. The border between Ivory Coast and Liberia on that side. I went there to work when I used to work for Ashton Fan in Ivory Coast. The people's school, they got light, they got running water, and they got a school. The school run from in the morning to 4 o'clock in the evening. When you cross the border, right across the river into Liberia, it's hot. The children go on the farm. They come back. No school. And they say Tobo, they name that place in honor of Tobo Bewale. Can you imagine? They were the Terramasi, Giu, and Crown live. The Ivorian side, they put a learning book. They get running water, they get light. Where is our priority, my people? Where is our priority? I will not put it at the parents' feet. I will put it straight to the government of the day. So if another government comes, we'll still echo this thing because it is our future. Maybe they don't want our people to learn so they can continue recycling the same politician, or they send their children abroad. When the children leave for abroad and go back, the children succeeding and let our poor people to be subservient to them. I think that's what's happening. But if you know you're from the interior part of the country and your nephew, your nieces, your cousins, they are there sitting down in abject poverty, not learning nothing, you will sit down and start holding government, central government to the fire so they can produce for our people over there. And that's all I have to say on this issue.
Thank you so much. Mose, let's hear you.
Well, I'm coming from a different approach. I don't know. Carter, I would take it from where you ended your stuff. I think the more you keep the people uneducated, the more you can control them. And I think people literally design that so that these people cannot go to school. But listen, we got to look at the makeup of students we're talking about in Liberia. Some of those students that are overage, we faced those issues when the refugees came here in Rhode Island, and they had to start a new command school because of the effort of some individuals. Because when people came here based on your age, they put you in the classroom, you go and you don't know what they're talking about. And when they ask you about a square, you say that box. They ask you what a circle is, you say that O. The curriculum standard is very low. And people used to come as refugees, and when they're asking these questions, they tell themselves, we can't understand them. And some people had to go to the schools and tell them, when you show them a metal, they will call it iron, because that's how we call it iron. No, seriously. That was the curriculum. They showed the kid a square, he said a box. Until we went and interpreted it to them, a square is equal sizes, which made up of a box. And then the teacher said, oh, we understand. And from there, they created a small early command school for those people who came with that kind of educational thing. But we got to look at the ages of people going to school in Liberia. Some of those students that are in the classroom are way older than them. You put older people and young people in the same classroom to go to school. That's serious business. And among the female, it's even worse. We got more females in Liberia than you can think of. Little girls. And what happening? Exploitations of these little girls are things that are keeping them out of school. And people, they go to school, some of them, and people go there to use them. So it's an overline. The thing is so challenging in our country. So when we look at school, there's a whole lot of things.
Are you saying that we can solve the problem?
No. That's what I'm coming to now. We need to look at our laws in place. They need to put together a standard and a system for the education system, and all branches of government needs to participate. The legislature needs to make laws. The judiciary needs to prosecute people who are depriving kids from learning their opportunities. The executive needs to provide the resources. We need to put priority on education, because without education, our country would no longer exist. And some of us, when we're growing up in Liberia, we say, oh, when you ask people, when you graduate high school, where you go? Oh, I'm going abroad to study. You come, you study, you want to go back, the people think you're a threat. And all of these things are harming our people. But let me say this and close. I know at least 5 to 10 persons, and the Carter made mention of it earlier, that are doing the best they can in Liberia, that have opened schools in different places because they care. It's not because of making money. I know some of them who have sent resources and created little cluster of schools so that they can educate the children and feed the children. Nobody can go to school. A kid will never learn if the kid is hungry. We had all these standards before, and it was great.
All right. Thank you so much.
I think we need to look at the whole education system in a holistic sense and make sure that everyone plays an important role. Every part of government plays an important role, including parents.
All
That's my closing.
That's a closing. So, is that a recommendation to the sitting government? All these.
Yes, to anybody in charge.
Okay.
And to everybody who trying to open a school. Everyone who wants to go and has interest in the education system should make sure that these things are in place before we can move forward. Not before we can still be working with what they have on the ground.
The Reverend say we should pray. Will you agree with him? We should pray all this.
Prayer without work is useless. And the Reverend will tell you that everything the person, and one of the things that they're taking advantage of. Every corner you pass in Liberia, they got churches. 3, 4, 5 churches within a half-a-mile radius. And guess what? Every church
because I
don't know if the Reverend there they want to be politicians.
That the Reverend there making the country to fail. That the Reverend there making the country to fail. They're giving the people hope. They're giving the people hope that it's not even there.
A simple question. Most of them open it.
But that big conversation not open yet. That the Reverend there making a board of fail. To go take wire, they can't study to go take wire to go pray. Go fast and pray. You were passing wire. Don't sit down and study, then you go fast and pray.
And listen, they used to have all these contests where kids used to go and debate contests and teen time quiz, and all these things used to be aired on the radio in Liberia. We have smart people.
Why you took it off the radio?
You're the one who took it off. You're the media people took it off on the air. That's why he said they must blame the media too. I think I agree with the Reverend that we blame the media.
We gotta blame the media. We know the media. We know the media. The undercover politician media. Then we know them.
You say we shouldn't pray. My prayer now is working. Mr. Sigba is coming on my side gradually.
Yeah. They used to have teen time quiz, and people used to compete. No, teen time quiz. They used to come to compete on TV.
Let's hear you, Mr. Collins.
Get us the pastor then. Your men are pastor.
Amen. All of them.
All
the pastor then. All the pastor then failing our bureau. Giving the poor false pastor.
Your
Brother,
man are
all
pastor.
of them,
But
every part, I ain't exclude nobody. I say they
oh,
giving Liberian poor false hope.
my man,
God,
with all God,
God
that
got
country will be
patience.
fighting war by now. We all
Oh no,
pray
but God
that
got
country will be
patience for the
fighting war
pastor
by now.
now.
All
You
right,
see,
let's hear him.
your leader pastor and Benny. Mr. So,
Oh,
let
Let's hear him.
so, Mr. So,
Yeah.
my recommendation to the government is pay the people school fees, at least from kindergarten straight to elementary or high school level for your first preliminary stage. I thought the arrest agenda was coming to have this package in, and by now they were going to kick it off. Lay that to rest.
costs a lot of money though.
That's a legacy. That's a legacy something. Well, that's a lot of
Yeah,
money, but you're
yeah,
making a lot of money. Cut some
yeah.
of the budget down that you spend on the Minister of State budget. The Minister of State budget got a lot of money there.
What
You
about the
got a lot of
legislature?
money there that go into NSA. You understand? You got a lot of money that go into the legislature. You got a lot of money that go into the judiciary.
Mm-hmm.
You can cut those areas down, all those facts. You can cut those facts in the budget, and you can channel that money to children's school fee to reduce the weight on the parents. Because like what you guys are saying, most of the parents are not working. There is no job. So if there is no job opportunities in the country, and the parents got to provide, they got to provide uniform, they got to provide book bag, and all the kind of things. Then they got to provide food for the kids to eat.
They
It
can't even get it
becomes
at home.
then tuition. Huh, Mr. So?
I said they can't even get it at home to eat it. They can't send it to school.
So this is a burdensome thing. So since you cannot provide a job now and the opportunity, you got to tackle a major area that will lessen the burden on the parents so that the children can have an opportunity to learn. You know, with the challenge for the school system, it is strictly political. I think the challenge on the school system in Liberia is strictly political. You cannot depend on these political strategies, these political parties and political representative leader, all the people to develop the school system because they prioritize only institution in localities where the interest lies, where people are going to support them. That
But
is
then
where
what's
they
the job?
focus the most.
So,
That's the reason why we're not getting the result that we're supposed to get
so
out of the
Terry,
school system and out of the education system.
why are they running for offices when they can't provide those resources?
The man that you know closing, we're not going
Yeah,
to go.
they were not because
Rhetorical.
politicians are driven only in a direction where they know that they're going to get votes. They're going to get dividends.
We're gonna
Once they're not getting support, they will overlook all those places. And that is one of the problems. Now, like you said, they're supposed to be, having oversight. And they're supposed to represent the people for all these things that we're talking about. But do
Correct.
they discuss these things in plenary? They
we gotta
don't.
leave that. We gotta leave it. Tomorrow,
Thank you.
hopefully, I'm gonna be sitting in for liberal. I think one of the second topic I put in a group chat there was the demolition
Oh,
exercise that is ongoing.
yeah.
Is it will it be a hurt? We don't know. We saw what happened with Satan, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
that was in Satan today. Yeah.
Satan and all of that. Is it a strategic move? Does it have some sort of long-term political implications? Are there other things government can prioritize and let us come to this now? Are they ready to the gentleman who claimed to play? Where has he been all along? Was the case in court? How come? Because there are a lot of conversation. We need to have this sort of conversation. Mr. Collins, Mr. Ketot, and our security analyst based in Delaware.
Why you always emphasize our Delaware home of?
Are you not in Delaware? Why
I'm
are you
in Delaware, but
you're afraid of your own place?
no.
How is woman batting?
Delaware is a quiet state. I've been there before.
Very
Nice
quiet.
place.
Very quiet. It's becoming a
Yeah.
retirement state now.
All I know like Chehara.
That's the
But they
first state.
they got decent homes there too.
That's the first state in the nation.
Jeremy, your good night.
It's called the first stage.
Before we go, I mean, just before we wrap out here, a little every day, different trouble things
Mr.
happen.
So, I will call you after the show, please.
Yeah, our guy, our Africa Bureau Chief, Mr. Mike Dunn, wife, father just passed this evening while we're
wow.
it's just over. Just last week, one the other girl on the mother, and here we are again. But it just happened. I just thought I'd bring it out, but I want to get more detail because it just happened. All right, guys, have a pleasant.
My sympathies.
Yeah.
Good night.
Bye-bye. Yep. All right, Mr. Ketter, good. Thank you so much. Well, folks, that does it this evening. I want to thank you so much. By God's willing, we'll be back here tomorrow, same time, same network for another edition. Prince, thank you for your contributions, for contributing here tonight. Aaron, as usual, don't hesitate. If you want to come here, we can also have these sort of conversations. Mr. Curtis, good to have you. Mr. Zie, good to have you. Thank you so much for your time this evening. Of course, Clarence Davis already in the house, and my man, Momolu. Mrs. Momolu, thank you so much for always being a good follower. Tony, I'm not sure whether this is the first time, but you have been here. If whatever the case, we say thank you for sharing your evening with us. Don't hesitate. And you guys, we are open to have suggestions in terms of what you want to hear, because sometimes these guys, they come with their tabata and everybody protecting his or her own side. We do this one, you don't do this one. That's what I have. So I think the media is a problem, because the role of the media now is being diminished. The media, most media institutions being compromised. They take side, and so now they are vulnerable to things. They all have to create some of the problem that we find ourselves in. They didn't create an open forum where people will have the ability to for that sort of open choice. So we are all part of it here. But notwithstanding, we'll continue to have this. Mr. Gray, Morris Gray, good to have you here. Joyce, always, thank you so much for your time. Tape, good to be here. Patrice Wallace, Patrice, I believe that's the name. Thank you so much for joining us. Stephen Sla, good to always have you. We want to thank you so much. Don't hesitate. Lester Moore, good to have you with us here this evening. So leave your comments, your tweet. Usually after program, I go back overnight to read some of the comments, because some people make suggestions in terms of how we're going to do it, what we did, what we didn't do right. You can suggest, you can write whatever you can write. Basically, is to help enhance our work here. So we are open to that. Again, if you are here in the USA, you are in Liberia, you're having a milestone celebration, conventions, wedding and anniversary, whatever it is, let us know. We can give you a good coverage, and that way you can give us something, at least for the upkeep of this network, no matter why it is. We are in the process of launching something. As soon as we come to the full conclusions, we'll have that announced here. Remember, this is a capitalist country, so we must create competitions, genuine and good competition. So if you have a business, a little small mini business, let's advertise it here, and you give us something for the upkeep of this network. Until then, we say thank you and have a pleasant evening.
Teacher Lucia says she sees how these things affect children learning.
We our little gift away attends at the Boy B public schools. Sometimes we visited the schools and we noticed that some students were not unified, and then when we interviewed the teachers and the principal, they said the parents, they are not able to afford uniform.